Previously on Curse of Strahd, after making their ways through the malevolent house, having trapped the souls of these two poor children, and fighting a cult of Orcus worshippers, the party managed to slay a most vile foe, a devourer, but not before some trickery was done, and the leader of the cult was convinced that the best way for him to serve his master's dark deeds was to sacrifice not his firstborn, but himself, which he proceeded to do so. Um, Overall, much combat was had, but in the end, the children were rescued and their souls were laid to rest. And at that point, the group departed the death house and headed back towards the bar. Although I believe some of you split off to also do some shopping or selling at the mercantile. So we'll pick that up. Which of you were going to the bar and which of you were going to the merchant?
I believe I was going to sell shit. At least the shit that I had.
Okay.
Yeah, I have this weird skull spine necklace that I want to sell.
I had said I was going to the bar, but really I should go tell the Burger King
The Burger King.
that the kids will not be coming,
Okay. And
and also let Shadow Stalker know.
okay. Kai, are you going to the bar or are you going? Where are you heading to?
God, that was a really bad choice of name.
What, Kai?
You're just realizing that now.
Dylan understands more.
Duncan, where are you going?
Shut up. All right, I'm gonna head to the bar.
Okay. So I'll do it like this. We'll do Bean first. So Bean, Elena, you get to that sort of 5-point intersection and begin making your way down towards the Burger King's house.
Mhm.
And when you arrive, you see that Ismark is standing outside with Shadowstalker kind of like slowly meandering around the yard, seeming to attempt to acquaint himself with the area. Irina, you don't see her, but there are a few just sort of regular run-of-the-mill villagers moving a bunch of lumber and building supplies in through the front doors of the house. He's sort of like, directing them. Careful, please. Don't scratch the floors. A little bit over to the left with that pile, please. You have nails, right? Okay. And then he'll turn around once he takes notice of you. Um. So, I'm to be expecting the children, yes?
Uh, and she'll be pretty sad still. Uh, no, no, no. They had to move on.
He looks quite surprised with that, and he's. I'm sorry. Did they pass?
Uh, Apparently they did a long time ago. I guess they were like ghosts, kind of, but like nice ones.
I see.
There was uh some kind of cult that had been here before, and the dad was gonna was gonna sacrifice the children, and so the aunt killed them first, so they couldn't do it.
A cult. He he doesn't seem like super surprised when you said the whole thing about them being ghosts. And he starts to kind of like think to himself for a moment, and you wouldn't happen to mean the Dursts, would you?
Yeah, that was it.
There'd always been rumors about them being into something, but really,
It seemed like they had all been dead for a long time, but then he was still down there doing the ritual.
Huh.
Yeah, but I think he's gone now. But yeah, Neo thought it was best to lay the kids to rest and let them move on.
I see. Well, I hope they find peace. Well, the mansion needed improvements anyway. Um, make it safer for my sister and I. It just seems we'll have 2 less house guests. Although, um, I'm fine with the cat sticking around. He's kind of grown on me, and I've noticed fewer field mice in the yard.
And he's supposed to be helping with the guard duty at night. Was what the deal was for.
Right, yeah, yeah. We'll keep him around and have him hold up his end of things.
Yeah, I can't let him know what's going on though. I can't talk to anyone. I can't talk to him again today.
I
There was too
see.
much that went on in that house. Um, so I'll try to like get him to understand without me actually being able to talk to him.
Well, by all means, you're probably the best one to deliver that kind of news.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he can still help you. I think we're gonna be getting out of town today. Go and see some fish Tonys.
Fish Tony.
She's been saying this
Vishtani.
whole time.
Do you mean the Vishtani?
Maybe they wear lots of colors.
That would be them. Um, they have an encampment not too far from here on the edge of the Serpool.
Uh, is that the one over to the down the road to the west? I don't know
Yes.
if you say west here since there's no
Yeah.
sun.
Well, yeah. Yes, it would be to the west. They have a more uh, permanent encampment outside of Falaki, but uh, that would be the closest one.
Okay. Uh, do you know if there would still be like enough time during the day to make it there?
You probably could. You'd be cutting it close. You'd arrive just as night was falling.
I mean, it is almost noon.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little before noon, I think we had said.
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah,
have
that sounds about
lunch
right.
as a short rest and then head off.
Okay. Well, thank you. Um, sorry you went through the trouble to try to make the stuff for the kids, and then that happened. But yeah, I think it
Oh,
was best. It was kind of sad the stuff we found in there.
I can only imagine.
But yeah, now you don't have to worry about the bunch of ghosts trying to bring in the Orcus
Or
in your city town burg.
okay, more of a village, but right.
It's a burg, right?
Hamlet.
It's a burgermaster.
It's I mean, yeah, they have a burgermeister, but it is the village of Barovia officially. But
Yeah, and I'll try to communicate to Shadow Stalker about the kids because I don't have any more spell slots for speak with animals.
okay.
Ranger's not ritual cast?
Is that a ritual?
Speak with animals is a ritual spell.
Okay, let me see if I have
Because that's
ritual
how
casting.
totem barbarians can cast it.
I may have a barbarian can ritual cast it.
Well, certainly a
Ranger.
druid or a ranger could do it, right?
They ought to be able to.
I'm
I
seeing if
imagine.
rangers get it. Spell casting. No, you don't get ritual casting as a ranger.
That's
No.
honestly, it doesn't make sense why rangers don't. It would make sense for them to have it.
Do any of the half casters? Like do paladins?
Paladins, I don't think so. I think can artificers do it?
Pretty sure I do get rituals.
Yeah, I feel like Jarvis has ritual cast something before. Yeah, doesn't he ritual cast identify?
Artificers do get ritual casting, yes. But yeah, so I'll like draw some pictures in the dirt, trying to communicate to Shadow Stalker.
Okay, yeah, you sort of you get your like rudimentary pictures and you know commune what you attempt to commune. He seems intelligent enough to sort of understand, and you kind of watch as like he. Well, usually their tail swishes when they're nervous. So I guess when you first start talking to him, you would see that, and then like the tail would just kind of go down and rest, and then he just kind of lowers himself down, not quite where like he's lying down or anything. Like he's in that sitting position, but his head's almost kind of drooped, and the ears are drooping down a little bit, and you're familiar with animals. It seems like he is saddened by this. And
I'm going
once
to
you've finished, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna leave him a ration. I'm gonna leave him a ration. Open everything up.
Okay, you do that, and he seems to sort of like he nibbles at it a little bit, but once you've explained it all, he looks towards Ismark and then back to you, and then kind of does like it's so subtle you almost wouldn't notice it, but he kind of like gives you this little nod as if to be like he's gonna stay.
Okay,
So and
very good.
he'll take a little bit more of the food, eat it, and then sort of like turn around and slink back off in the direction of Ismark.
Very good. And I'll make my way back to the bar where we're probably meeting up after.
Alrighty. Neodon and Inigo.
There's me.
You guys both head into Bildrith's to do your selling. You do not see the almost giant in proportion man Periwinkle. Instead, this time you see the old man once more, Bildrith himself, and kind of peering beyond his very bushy eyebrows and kind of looks over in your direction. Ah, you have come back. You want to purchase something?
Sell, actually.
Ah, trying to run the gold man. A gold man? An old man of all his gold?
Well, depends on if you determine this of value or not.
Okay, put it up on the counter.
Start piling up stuff on top of it.
Oh my god.
I just put the weird necklace thing, the weird skull spine necklace, in front of me. While Neodon's pile is just getting bigger.
It's not that many things.
He'll, Neodon, with all of your stuff, just do me a favor. And the stuff that you want to sell, could you just post it in the thing real quick?
Yeah.
Alright, so that way I have a mental note.
We're keeping the robes, right? For some reason. The Arcus robes.
If you want to. He
Say,
will.
keeping them.
These are the items
I
that
think the
found.
only Orcus thing we talked about keeping was Elena wanted one of the necklaces.
Oh yeah, also the necklace.
And I already have the one.
I don't want it. And the wine, I mostly want to know how much it's worth. If it's any good wine, I'll keep it. If it's like not too expensive, but if it's a good amount, then I'll sell it because money more important.
Okay, so I don't remember. Just remind me here. When I said a half cask, did I mean like one of those small little casks, or did I mean that it was half full?
Uh, good good question.
I don't think you specified.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think you just
I'll
said
say.
half cast.
Okay, so yeah, so it's one of those like little ones that you could reasonably carry.
Alright.
All right, so let's see the robes. All right, well I'll do the. He'll look at weird skull spine necklace. So I think the one that you and Elena have are just the regular gold ones, but he has the one that has the emerald eyes. Okay, so he'll look at the necklace and he'll go, hmm, appears to be solid gold. He'll pick it up and just kind of like bite it a little bit. Yeah, that's gold. All right, and he'll take out a scale, put it on the scale, and then just like slowly start putting little piles of gold coins until it equals out around about about 35. And he's like, okay, uh, 35.
To me,
Well, the scale is balanced.
what about the emeralds there?
Um, wait, yours has emeralds too?
Oh, I thought. I thought you were talking. Never mind. Mine's just the weird. Okay, yeah, 35. 35 is good.
Uh, okay. He's
I
all right.
misunderstood something.
Oh no, you're
He's
simply going to melt it down back into coins.
um, me? No. They will next time they come for taxes. I will give it to the guard. And they will melt it down and reforge it, mint it with the likeness of our Lord. And you do notice that the gold coins do seem to have like a side profile of Strahd on them.
Right.
Such a narcissist.
Time to
Inigo
kill him.
says under his breath as he slips the coins into his pouch.
You'd also notice that on the tail side, it's quite literally like the Castle Ravenloft like logo with the raven and everything, and
See,
the castle
that's
in the background.
respectable. This other
Yeah.
side.
The other side, yeah, it's just a side profile of Stradzzy. All right, so let's see the robes. He kind of looks at them. He's like, "Mm, good quality. It could be repurposed for nobility. Perhaps the local lord will buy it. 10.
Sure. Sounds fair for me too.
Okay. For the necklace with the emerald eyes, he will. It's 90.
Do you have any metric that you're using for these prices?
These he means gold for these. Oh, that's awesome. Those actually. Wow, those are like legit props. That's how they describe them in the
Those are
book.
ones. Those are ones you can buy
Can you really? Oh, I might have to
selling
get me some
online.
of those.
Okay, 90 for the necklace. Let's keep moving.
All right.
A blood tub.
The jewelry box. He looks at it. He's like, finally made. Not sure if I want to buy it. The gold rings. About 5 apiece.
5.
Well, yes. See, look, and he'll take them, and he indicates for you to hold your hand out,
Yeah.
and he'll put it in your hand, and he's like, "You feel?" And you feel a little bit of weight to it, and then he'll take it out, and then he'll take a gold wedding band of his own off of his really long, gnarled old man finger, and drop it in your palm, and it does feel heavier. Not by a crazy amount, but he will take it back, almost like snatching it back and slip it back on his finger. These are gilded. I do not know what metal is inside of them, so I cannot estimate if it's worth more, though I doubt it if they covered it in gold.
You could submerge the rings in water, calculate the density, and go from there.
5 is fine.
I could weigh it on the scale. Density. He just like starts mumbling to himself.
Sounds like too much work.
um, let's see, platinum. It's a platinum necklace with the topaz pendant. Okay. That one is about 75.
It's pretty good.
And the regular gold locket, he'll 50, and then he'll look over at the cask.
50 you said for the last one?
Yeah, for the gold locket, and then he opens it up, and he's just like, "You are selling, yes?"
Uh, any reason why I shouldn't?
No, I just want to know so I could take the pictures out.
Sure. What's the picture that's inside of it, Kano?
One of them seems to be of Fred Durst and his wife, and the other one is of the 2 children.
I'll take the pictures.
Okay, he'll like very carefully extract them with like a little tweezer, and then hand them over to you. And they seem, well drawn. And then he will just take the locket, put it back down, and then he gets over to the cask, which I think is the last thing, and he will he'll look at it, and he's like tapping on it to try and like listen. He said, "Okay, full," and there's like a bit of like dust coating, and he starts to like wipe it off with like a handkerchief. And he goes, "Oh, oh, okay, all right, all right. Um, are you sure you want to sell this?
Well, now you're making me question it. Why?
This is from Wizards of Wine. They are the only winery in the valley. But this right here, this is Red Dragon Crush. It is their best wine. I would be lucky if I could afford it.
What's the call? What's it called?
Red Dragon Crush.
Does that ring any bells for Indigo? Like, what do I know about it?
You know that the Wizards of Wine are popular for, well, their wine in general, but their main one is, what is it, Purple Grape Mash number, I think it's like number 3 or number 9 or something like that, which is kind of like this uh, bordering on vinegary, not the greatest in the world, but it'll do the job wine that like a lot of the general populace has available to them. And then they have 2 others, uh, Red Dragon Crush, which is like very coveted amongst any of the nobility, as well as what's the last one? Champagne de l'Estampe, which is kind of more of a
I do have a bottle of that myself.
yeah. That one's probably worth just as much, if not more, than the Dragon Crush. But the Dragon Crush, to have this much of it, it's you think the old man probably doesn't have the money for it to begin with.
How much would it go for, though?
A lot more than this whole place is worth.
I believe
How
a
much is that?
bottle of fine wine is about 25 gold or something like that is like the general price, and that's a small cask which I think has about, it's like, I think it's called a bunt is the technical term. It has about 5 gallons. So Jesus Christ, milliliter conversion, 750 in a usual bottle.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
I'd
It's
say
a rod you can shove up your ass, Tom.
Beck, you know other things. How many milliliters are in a gallon?
I don't know that because
you
one's
mean
metric and the
liters?
other's imperial. I can
Well,
quickly
four
look.
quarts. 4 quarts is a
300,
gallon.
Correct.
300.
Okay. How many milliliters?
It's
750 is the usual size for a wine bottle.
it's almost
50.
4,000. It's almost 4 liters, I think.
Almost 4
Almost.
liters. Okay,
Yeah.
so how many bottles would that be? That's call it about like 5 bottles, about 25 each. 125. But he'd probably value it a bit more. He'd probably
That's a
put it around
UK
like
gallon.
uh he'd say call it 150. He's like
0.019. Just like the sound.
150 about, but to the right buyer, you could probably sell it for more. It is coveted.
Alright, I'll probably drink it. Who cares? Stay.
Okay, all right.
So, uh, did it buy the gold Orcus necklace?
Oh, yeah, he would have given you the same price that he gave for Beck's one,
What was it again?
35.
35.
35.
Yeah, and you'd watch like once the sale seems to be like at a conclusion, you'd see him take like a really long stick with like almost like a rubber looking stopper on the top of it, and then dunk, 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 hit the ceiling 3 times, and then you'd hear what you could only assume to be Periwinkle beginning to stir, and shortly thereafter he would come downstairs and he'd go, "There, you idiot, take this and begin stocking the shelves. I need to make back some of the money that I lost today." And he
I mean,
goes, "Okay."
technically, it's
Harry Wimple.
a not like a net zero gain on either of our sides, just an exchange of items of value.
Well, let's see. Do you have anything that might interest me right now? I may give back some of the money that you just sent me.
I haven't gotten the chance to restock too much since the last time you were here, which I believe was a day ago.
I wasn't.
Well, Inigo was.
True.
Yeah, so he's just kind of like a royal you. I don't fucking know.
Well, we'll come back eventually. If you have anything, maybe we'll buy it.
Instead of royal you, it's a peasant you.
It's a peasant you.
Present
Um, it will take me a week to restock on potions and the like, but I do have a selection of some weapons for man at arms such as yourself.
I just got a
Which,
whole bunch of weapons.
and then he goes, "I have some armor, nothing too big and crazy. There's no blacksmith in this town, so you'd have to go to Valaki for that. I have food, I have regular general supplies."
Tell you what, we're also leaving the city for a bit. Is there any work that you need done outside? Or anything brought somewhere?
That I need done? Yes, as a matter of fact. Are you heading by the Vishtani camp?
Yes. Exactly, in fact.
Okay, hold on. He'll like very shakily and slowly get up off of the stool he was sitting on behind the counter and sort of like limp over to one of the shelves in the back area, and he will take down what looks to be an ornately crafted glass bottle. With inside of it is a very bright green liquid that seems to have like a sort of what's like the term? I don't know if like effervescence is the right word, but it's like I don't know. It's got like almost like this shimmery sort of like silverness to it that you're only like just occasionally catching in the glint of like the candle slash lamp light of this mercantile.
Mhm.
Deliver this to Esmeralda,
Esmeralda.
and I will. Hmm, what do you want in return?
Well, do you have any kind of pay that you have in mind? You don't seem to have any stock, so I would say coin would be appropriate.
Fine. I'll give you 25 for the delivery.
Very well. Doesn't seem to be much work. Do you have a pack that may protect it from the travel?
I have bags.
Then I would take it. Like a little potion pack?
Yeah, he'll have like a little potion pack that you can put it in. Yeah,
Alright.
and he kind of like as he hands it over to, you, he's like, "I expect that back unless you want to buy it upon your return."
We may take a while to come back, but we will deliver it.
Very good. I owe her a favor, but these old bones can't make it all the way out there. I would send the simpleton, but I'm afraid he would break it.
Periwinkle.
You notice when he says that Periwinkle is trying to put too many things on one shelf, and then the one shelf just collapses down onto the other, and then they all just sort of and a bunch of things start crashing down everywhere. And the old man takes the stick that he used to like hit the ceiling and sort of like whips it out over the counter. But like you see him doing it, so you're all able to kind of like move out of the way slash duck, and he just cracks him upside the head with it and then brings it back around. What did I tell you? You break it, you buy it, and you have no money, so you will keep working. I'm sorry, the shelf didn't like having all those things on it. I told you only a few items per shelf. I'll fix it. And then he kind of like trudges off upstairs to seemingly go get some tools.
We don't have anything else to do right now, so thank you for the trade and thank you for the work. We'll come back sometime.
Good. I like return customers.
I'll just start heading out.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Alrighty. So I'd say by the time that you make it to the bar, Elena would be there. A couple drinks in. Kai, would you also be drinking or?
Oh yes, I would be quite indulging.
Very well. They're both a number of beverages in, sitting off at the table that you guys had first grabbed the last time you were there.
Is there any females?
There are no patrons currently besides yourselves. And the there's the barkeep. Eric is just
Oh God, is he just fucking
polishing. Yep,
polishing? Yep.
as he does. As he does, he's polishing glasses. The only time you saw him not polish glasses is when you ordered beverages.
Hey, barkeep.
He'll kind of like look in your direction with like a very glassy 1,000-yard stare.
You got what? Do you don't get a lot of women in this place?
He shrugs.
Kai, you're gonna love the Vishtani camp.
Why is that?
You'll see.
I
Is there
mean,
a lot
why
of
why
women?
you ask that, Kai? I mean, half the people in here are women.
Are they?
Well, there's 2 people in here.
Wow, I didn't think of it like that. Okay. So, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I enjoy your company. Just, trying to meet new company. To see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Trying
Well,
to.
you want to meet new friends.
Yeah. And possibly, just be friends with them for one night.
Awful.
Much would it
So-
be for like 3 or 4 drinks, Dylan?
It's about like 2 silver a drink. Like if you're getting beer. If it's wine, I
Yeah.
think it's like 3 silver.
I'm just gonna keep
Okay.
doing it. Barkeep, another, please.
She's 3 wines in.
I'm not. When I get there, I'm not going to be drinking wine. I'm just going to have food because we're going on a journey and we don't need to be intoxicated.
Alrighty. I'll say
Quite the opposite. We're going on a journey. We need to be intoxicated.
Also,
it's not a
alcohol
road
doesn't
trip without a
Intoxication
roadie.
is
alcohol
mandatory,
doesn't
dude.
work on me anymore.
Oh God, a recovering alcoholic. Got it.
No,
No, he's just
it's
a caffeine addict.
Yeah, caffeine addict. But I'm also immune to poison.
Oh, true,
And
yeah.
I'm not a drunkard monk, so
He's not a Morgan. I'll say that when you come in, when you inquire after food, he produces a menu that doesn't look all that dissimilar from the different dishes that you can make in the Feast of Heroes book. Heroes Feast book. Let's see. I'm gonna go skip over to the
Oh, like the Barovia ones?
the Barovian ones. Yeah, let me skip over to that real quick so I have something to actually tell you. Ravenloft is 123.
What is it? There's a Quilge's plate, which is like a breakfast thing. There's some kind of rabbit stew.
Yeah, so so you'd see whole roast boar, uh, fig cakes, tavern crickets, garlic bread. Doesn't say Barovian garlic bread. Green onion pancakes, and yeah, you'd see a rabbit stew, but it says it would say blood on the vine rabbit stew.
yeah, the Beck inclination was garlic bread. And I'm like, wait a minute, no garlic bread. I'll have the rabbit stew.
I'll
Okay.
have whatever the most expensive food is.
I agree. I will
Oh,
have also the same.
I feel like it would be the whole roast boar because it's a whole fucking boar.
I'll order one for the table.
Okay.
Separate bills, please.
Make it 2 boars.
You want 2 whole boars?
Yes, we need
Oh,
to
No,
what?
really.
I'm paying the money down immediately for everything I buy.
Um,
For what you said, Beck.
I only have 20
So
gold.
yeah, I'd go ahead and pay for
How much is the boar?
Hold on.
And how much is this stew?
when he orders the second boar, I'll put down the money for that.
Oh my
Would you?
God!
Okay.
You're a pretty good friend.
Unless Kai stops me.
I just wait. I can help.
I mean, if you want to.
How much is the boar? Like,
I
is
mean,
this the best fucking
realistically,
food ever?
pigs are cheap because you feed them your scraps.
Right.
You feed them
Yeah,
the
they
scraps
are.
of the rest. It's
So
not like a super
apparently,
expensive thing to raise.
from what I'm seeing, casual research shows the price of a live pig in the range of $5 to $70 at auction. Okay. So let's
Well, one
convert
gold
that
is $105.
as $105. So let's call it. Holy shit. Pigs are cheap. Yeah, you're right. So that'd probably be like something to equivalent of silver. Uh, yeah. So let's call it like two gold a whole roast boar because he's got to cook it up.
And how much for the
Yeah.
rabbit?
Yeah.
Rabbit stew. Probably a bit harder to come by. Call it like 5 silver.
Are you paying for the other boar?
It was
Akai, or,
2, you said?
2 gold?
2 gold.
Yeah, 2 gold. That's what I heard. Okay, yep,
Per
yeah,
boar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yep.
that's cheap.
So we both.
3 boars? I don't actually say that.
I want whatever is the
How big?
cheapest,
Well, it's a boar, not a. Yeah,
but
it's
I
a
want
boar.
lots of
So
it.
that means it's the wild ones, right?
Probably the garlic
I'd
bread.
say, yeah, probably the garlic bread or the tavern crickets, which,
The potato pancakes would be pretty cheap. Let's be honest.
yeah, those would be, yeah, the
Or the
green
onion
onion
pancakes, man.
pancakes. Yeah.
Green onion pancakes.
Yeah, so it seems like the garlic bread is like 2 silver a loaf, and we'll say that like the tavern crickets, you're not sure of the portion on those, or the pancakes seem to be about a silver a piece.
Also, I'm surprised garlic isn't outlawed in Barovia.
That is a good point. That is a really good point.
Well, and really, the things we're looking at include like the rabbit stew comes from a place that's outside the valley. It's in I can't remember the lore. It's some other area of
Yeah.
So, does
Barovia.
Strahd not like garlic?
I
Well,
mean, he is a vampire, right?
you have to think about this logically. Strahd is their sovereign, but these people are highly superstitious, and their sovereign is a vampire. So, yeah, they'd probably eat a lot of garlic.
Imagine they try to keep silver coins on them too.
You do
Just have
notice,
silver around.
yeah, you do notice that anybody that you had spotted thus far that wears jewelry tends to have silver jewelry and not much of anything else. Excuse me. As well as even some of the houses just have like big, like multiple cloves of garlic hanging from a rope out in front of them. Even the mercantile.
Yeah, the Burger King house also had like lots of shit in the thing, right?
Yeah. Well, he had a bunch of shit. He besides everything being all boarded up and the house looking like it's been attacked several times over, even potentially burned in at one point or another. You would have noticed, yeah, he would have had like garlic cloves. He would have had not crosses in this instance, but there was a lot of Lathanderan iconography throughout the mansion.
Praise the sun.
Well, I mean, vampires are afraid of it, so yeah.
I don't think it's more afraid, it's more dislike because it hurts.
It'll kill them. Yeah.
Like, they
I think
don't
it's
see
fair
a
to say they're
picture of the
afraid of it.
sun and freak out. They're like, oh, fuck, sunlight. God damn it.
I liked the
Not
Castlevania
that shitty.
explanation for why vampires don't like crosses. Because they're apex predators and their eyes are tuned for like finer detail. So when you throw a big geometric shape in front of them, it fucks with their vision. So that's why they actually shoo away from the cross. It's because they're correcting their eyesight.
See, there's nothing supernatural about vampires hating crosses.
Well, that's I think that was in like the 4th season. That's what Trevor said. He was like, "Yeah, you just shove it in their face and it fucking screws with their eyesight, so they have to back away and readjust." Although, when you do think about it, I don't know if that's actually true of apex predators, but that would be hilarious if fucking with their eyesight would cause them to go away. That's probably why sharks go away when you punch them in the nose, right? Because
Well,
it's probably not just
imagine
Because their
being,
nose is sensitive.
yeah, it's stabbing, like, punching someone in the face really hard kind of stuns them for a bit. It's
yeah,
kind of the same thing.
yeah, no. But I'd say within about it would take a bit for the pigs with boar, same thing. So you're there for like an hour before those get there,
No,
but
no, I probably wouldn't do it if it's like. I figured it was like a barbecue place where they just have them going. because we are on a time crunch.
Yeah, no, they don't have it going, unfortunately.
Then can I rescind ordering that once he says that?
Sure, I'll say probably how long would you have waited before you're like, oh shit, how long am I gonna have to wait for this?
Probably by the
Well, I
time
mean,
the
I feel
rabbit
like
stew
would
gets there.
yeah,
All right, I
yeah,
say it would take
I'd
about
say
like
that.
10 minutes before the stew's out.
Yeah.
Pretty quick there. You imagine he probably has like a big pot of that just kind of ready to go.
No!
Oh no!
No!
It was bound to happen, but
Eventually.
yeah.
You drink so much of it, yeah.
I'll cancel the order, but I'll let him keep the money.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just kind of like shrug at that and be unsure of like what you would want instead.
No, I've ate a good berry today, I think.
I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
Kai's
You
had
had a berry.
several.
Yes.
Kai's had
Yeah, Kai
several,
shouldn't
yeah.
even be hungry, but he ordered a whole pig anyway.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'm making up for stuff.
So I'm making up for all the time that I was in prison and I had basically a piece of hardtack and a cup of water.
that same damn fucking sheriff just kept getting me.
See, Waterdeep probably wouldn't treat you too bad as a prisoner, but I don't think you'd have like 3 hots in a cot. But after all the shit that you've caused, you probably would get stale bread and water. Just as a way of telling you to fuck off.
Yeah, they don't like me. I'm just a menace to them.
Good drink. All right, yeah. So, Kai, if the boar's not coming, are you getting any other food, or are you good?
I think like, what's their version of like old time saltine crackers?
Probably like hardtack or crackers.
Okay, I take crackers.
Okay, sure.
I just
Get
heard
you,
hard
get you.
crack.
They have to be squares though.
They are in fact in square shape. There's a bunch of crackers and they're hard, not as hard as hardtack. And they don't taste stale, but they have like a little bit of a musty taste to it. When you ask for like saltines, he just kind of instinctively heard the salt part, so he gave you a little wooden bowl with like a tiny mound of salt in it, to like on the side.
Oh,
So you could
see this
salt
bartender.
it.
He's a real one. You know what I mean? Like he's fake, but he's real.
Yeah, he's fake, but he's real. I'd say also too, since he probably had like no means of putting the salt on them since they're already made, he would have also given you a glass of water, and yeah, just to have.
Hey, barkeep, you ever done the salt challenge?
At that one, for the briefest moment, he's no longer doing 1,000-yard stare. He just looks at you like really puzzled, and then he just nods his head, shakes his head no.
Okay, he's gonna actually explain it to him. So, barkeep, basically the challenge is to get the salt on your crackers, right? And to eat as many crackers as you can under a minute. I've gotten to 15.
Liar.
I'll bet
Make
you.
a con save right now. I want to see.
I bet you. I
Can't get
bet you
past
10
5.
gold, barkeep, that you can't get more than 15 in under a minute.
He like looks at you like he just doesn't. Either he's not understanding, or you just think he's not going for it. He's just like.
Great, Kai, you broke him.
You also
That's
see
too
like
far off his loop, Kai.
you see the faintest tinge of like disgust when you said 15 crackers in a 1 minute.
Strahd is just wondering what I do with my life.
Oh, Strahd already knew.
Yeah, Strahd knew. now everybody knows. Yeah,
Okay.
but he's just like, after a bit of like just staring at you weird, he seems to like reboot, and he pulls out a small pocket watch, walks over and puts it on the table, and he kind of just like gestures like, if you're gonna do it, but he doesn't seem like he's gonna participate.
Okay.
But it seems like he wants to see it though.
Strahd is actually curious now. He must be bored. He must be bored.
God doesn't control the populace.
He just controls the barkeep.
Just a bar. No, he doesn't control the barkeep. That you know. No, but yeah. So, are you going to attempt
Yes.
this saltine challenge? Oh
Yes.
God.
What
Set him
what
up-
kind of check will I make?
Probably con. Yeah.
I bet
Okay.
100 gold Kai fails.
10. Okay, I'm gonna Barkley inspire myself.
You can't do that.
Why not?
That's
Yeah,
not
you can
something
inspire
you can do.
yourself. You can only
Can I not
inspire
inspire
others.
myself?
Inspire others.
There's
Not
a
inspired,
college
no.
that lets you inspire yourself, right?
Yeah, it's not lore.
No, it's not lore. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
yes, you can
valor,
only
isn't it?
inspire others. Yeah. It's unfortunate. I mean, you could ask for guidance if any of them have it.
No.
That's cheating.
No.
I'm trying to cheat without like cheating.
I want to cheat without cheating. Give me guidance.
Is he
please,
is he
please,
rolling
please, please.
saves or is he rolling the stat?
I'd say it probably a save because
Then
like
he has a +5 from me.
no, yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah,
can choose
dude.
to not give it to.
I will give it to him.
Okay,
Alright,
so he wants to see how
I
many-
will.
And I
will
will take
make a
the
save.
bet.
What
Hold
kind of
on.
check am I making?
That's
Performance?
No, that's
No,
super
no, no.
cheating.
It's
Is
it's a
it?
con save.
I take the bet, but I'm giving him an advantage.
Oh, you're taking the bet? Oh,
Constitution-based performance. No.
Constitution save?
constitution based. Yeah, con save. I mean, it could be a constitution based performance, but
Tell me Joey Chestnut isn't doing a constitution-based performance. Come on.
okay. You had about God. How many crackers are in a fucking sleeve? We'll say you had about 30 crackers. You managed to. What did you say your personal best was?
15.
15. You managed to cram about 10 of them in, and then like just when you get to the 11th, you can't anymore.
It's like the fucking coughing of like the cracker dust.
Yeah, you're just like little bits and pieces kind of fly everywhere, and you catch like a little piece of wet cracker on your cheek.
I look at Neodon and just kind of like nod at him and kind of hold out my hand.
Wait, hold on.
Clap.
That would be a 21 instead, Kenko, if that's the case.
Oh yeah, he does have the 5. Fuck. I forgot about that. I thought it was gonna auto roll it in there. I didn't see that.
Oh my god, it's a 21.
So if it's a 21, it passes the DC. You manage.
It was the DC 20.
Yeah. Because I've seen people do this before. It's like the fucking cinnamon thing. You're either good at it or you're not, and it's fucking awful.
What happens is you just
Yeah,
see him
it's
just.
called the saltine challenge.
He sticks the other ones right after as you were asking for the money.
Your best was 15. Yeah. Then he just crabs extra ones that you get about 18 of them in there.
Oh my god.
He did cough out a bunch of them.
There's
Don't
no
be a
one
sore
in though.
loser.
There still went in though.
So now it's like
I'll
Chubby
give you
Bunny instead of
50,
actually having to eat 'em.
Neodon, because I know what you did.
I know what you did.
I'll expect the rest later.
Over my corpse.
Don't worry.
Where's my
You
money?
will pay.
You didn't take up the bet. He did.
Well, your bet, if I remember correctly, was with the barkeep. The barkeep didn't want to take the bet. He just let you have the watch, and after a minute passed, he just kind of. You see him standing there now, and like the 1,000-yard stare is gone. He's looking at you, and there's a mixture of just disgust, but then it goes away, and it almost seems like he's impressed.
I've impressed the 1,000-yard stare barkeep.
and then once you guys exchange your little agreed upon currencies, he will take his pocket watch back, just kind of like give you a little clap on the shoulder, Kai, and then walk back over and you notice he's polishing the glasses, but there's like a little bit more pep in his step. He's not doing the 1,000-yard stare. It's almost like he's
Enjoying
seen
Almost
our
like he's
something
happy.
that's enjoyed. Yeah, he's almost happy. Almost.
He
But
still
yeah.
has like to speak, right?
he speaks, but you don't hear him speak a lot. Like when Ismark was in here and asked him for stuff, he'd respond, but it's kind of more like grunts or like single words. There's not really more beyond that.
Okay, I was under the impression that this dude was just a fucking like drone for Strahd.
Um,
Drone, yes. Well,
drone,
drone
yes,
maybe
but
not anymore, actually. But
yeah,
the drones aren't poor Strahd, at least from what Inigo has told us.
yeah, no, it's not.
They
He
just
doesn't
are.
control them. Strahd has spies, but it's not. Well, people can be spies too, but this guy, it just seems like that the environment had like leached into him and he just wasn't having it anymore, and so he just kind of shut off everything beyond what was essential for him to continue living and to work his job.
That's not the right thing.
That is horrible. That's such a horrible way to live.
Yeah, it is, but this is not a fun place to live.
Oh, I know, Barovia is just.
And at that point, the body is just living. The soul is gone.
Yeah, but it seems like there's just a creep of it has come back. But yeah. I
You know, I'm
will
gonna miss
say
this.
though,
He works an office job.
you could try conversing with him if you wanted to, but
I actually will. I'm a bard. I want to. So, what's his name again?
Eric.
So, Eric, let me ask you this.
It's Eric
Y-
with an
y- y-
A. But yeah.
oh God. Oh God.
AIRK.
Okay. So, Eric.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. I know you don't talk a lot, and you know you're here, but can you? What have you like? You know, what do you like to do? Do you have any family? Do you have any like friends that you hang out with? What do you do other than just here at the bar?
He he shrugs kind of, and then he like stops polishing the glass, and he kind of sort of indicates, like, he just kind of like sweeping his hands out towards the bar, like, this is it really. And then like he doesn't really know what else to say per se, and then he kind of like he kind of like when you say the family part, like you see this sad look in his eyes, but beyond that, you don't really seem to get anything else from him.
Well, how long have you been with this? Like, how long have you been running the bar?
He almost like a dark tide, like how the Ogren tries to count, and he's doing like really rudimentary counting with his fingers, and then like he stops at one point and then has to do it again. And in the end, like once he's kind of determined it, he flashes 10, and then he flashes 7,
17 years.
and he nods.
17 years.
Yep, he's worked this bar / owned it for 17 years. He he'll reach into
Yeah.
his like inside of his shirt, and you notice, actually, well, what's your passive perception?
14.
Okay, you very briefly notice that beyond like his tunic and then like the apron and everything, like his like like regular bartender attire, you catch a flash of color from his undershirt. It seems to be a very bright and vibrant purple. He pulls out a locket and he takes it off and he kind of opens it and hands it over to you to show you.
I look at it.
inside you see what appears to be like a very nicely drawn, like hand sketched, a woman, probably about. She looks like she'd be about, give or take, 10 years younger than him, and he looks to be in like his 50s. And you see that sad look in his eyes again, and that's he just kind of like points towards it, and then like takes a hand and puts it towards his heart.
Did Straw do this?
When you say that, he kind of like, you see like a bit of fear creep into his face, and like he shies away ever so slightly, and he kind of tries to like almost like a hand across the neck motion, but not like he's threatening you, but as if to be like, don't say that. And then he sort of like turns around towards the wall, like the back wall where all the bottles are and everything being kept in the glasses. And he sort of like forlornly stares off in the direction of where Castle Ravenloft would be. And then he turns back around, slowly nods, and he leans forward, and he just kind of opens his mouth, and he looks towards you, like his eyes meeting your eyes. When he does this, you see inside of his mouth,
His
his
tongue's gone.
tongue has been cut out. Yeah. And it looks bad. Like it looks like someone did it not with like, like a hot iron or whatever, and just
Yeah.
did it in one fell thing. It looks like it was either torn out or cut with something really jagged. And you can almost kind of like see these areas where like it was very poorly sewn, and it's kind of like more lumped up in like one area, and then like
Yeah.
kind of more, uniform on the other side. And he just kind of, closes his mouth and nods back towards you.
Hmm. I wonder if we can find somebody that has regenerate.
You are the best chance he has. You need to get 7th level spells, and
Mhm.
as one of your magical secrets, pick up regenerate.
I could do that.
Unless
That
bards get regenerate, which I don't think they do.
I
doesn't
could.
sound right,
I
but
doubt it.
No, the bards do get regenerate. Damn.
oh,
Hey, what do you know?
I will be
Musical healing.
right back. Give me 1 minute.
Oh yeah, Bard Cleric Druid. That's crazy.
Yeah, so not one of your magical secrets, but when you get 7th level spells, it has to be one of the spells you take. To be honest, 1 hit point at the start of your turn for an hour is pretty good. And if any of us gets dismembered, that'll fix that.
I mean, that's 600 points of healing
Yeah. And if you keep getting
over the
knocked
course of an
down
hour.
in combat, you just get back up at the start of your turn.
I get knocked down, but I get up again.
No, keep me down. Dispel magic. Oh.
Okay, I'm back. God, that was a mighty sneeze. But yeah, you could potentially in the future do that.
I hand him back the it was a locket, right?
Yeah, and he'll take it and he'll close it.
I
And
promise when I return here at another point, I will give you back what you lost.
he looks slightly confused by that statement for a moment, and then he seems to sort of understand, and he nods, and he doesn't. Not that you necessarily. Well, yeah, no, your character doesn't know sign language, but he doesn't. He doesn't really use sign language per se either, but you get the feeling from the series of like motions he does after this, he's almost kind of saying, "Be safe," you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
and he does like one last thing. He kind of like he stands at his side, with like his right side facing towards you, and he locks eyes with you again, looks off up in the direction of where Ravenloft would be, and he then like kind of like puts two fingers towards his eyes, and then sort of like as if to indicate, like
He's
watching.
watching.
Yeah, and then he just puts a finger to his lips, and then he,
He's watching what you say. Right.
he no, he shakes his head. No, he just you think more that he means he's watching, so be careful, and also
Oh yeah.
try to stay quiet in certain places. But yeah, and he'll kind of like look over your shoulder towards the door, um, and he seems to sort of like see something, and he quickly just kind of like almost readapts that 1,000-yard stare, walks over to the tap, pours another beer, and then just sort of slides it towards you, and then continues to stare off at the wall, and then go back to polishing a glass. And shortly thereafter, you see two guards walk in, and they head over to a nearby table and sit down.
Are these guards the good guys or the bad guys?
These ones,
You'd probably see Inigo flip up his collar and just kind of duck his head a bit.
Oh yeah, these are the bad guys.
these ones, you had seen them when you had first entered the town. They seem to be wearing like sort of like a half plate ensemble with the depiction of a sort of like almost like a metallic shield. Oh, what's the best way to describe it? You know how like the Nilfgaardian armor has like that little metal shield that sticks out from the breastplate that has the black
Yeah.
sun on it? It's like that, but instead you see the depiction of a boar being like stuck through by a spear.
The mighty sun.
And they're just kind of like casually sitting over there, and one of them looks over in the direction of Eric and just kind of like signals, and Eric turns around, seems to start. He grabs two wine glasses and pours what seems to be a very viscous red liquid into said wine glasses, and then walks over to their table to serve it to them.
Are they being nice about it or are they being mean about it?
They haven't said anything to him. They they seem to be speaking to one another. Uh, you can't quite make out what they're saying, but they do occasionally look back and forth between you and your companions, and then back at one another.
This could be trouble, he whispers.
To the barkeep?
No, to you.
Oh, I didn't realize you came back. I thought you were still at the bar.
Me neither.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm sorry.
You could have gone back if you wanted to, yeah.
No. I mistook that when he was flipping his collar. I thought he was next to me.
No. He was doing that over at the table.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna walk back to the table, and then just say like this could be trouble.
Yeah.
It might be a little too obvious if we leave now, though.
I mean, I finished my stew, set the bowl down. It's an empty bowl. I mean, we're done our food. Well, at least I am.
Alright, if you haven't been.
Hey, Ty still has a lot of
eating,
crackers.
probably.
What'd you say, Vex?
If we all we had done was eating, then we'd probably be done at this point.
Yeah. You'd reasonably be done eating.
Would that be a short rest?
Sure.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I think so.
Yeah, it would have been about the time for a short rest. Yeah.
Fuck.
So roll them hit die.
I already
Perfectly
spent
balanced.
a bunch of them last time.
Da-da-dun-dun-dun.
Well, if you don't have them, or if you don't want to, you don't have to.
It's time for a long rest.
It's
Ooh.
noon.
Not quite yet.
So we've been drinking.
So we've been drinking. Logically, we need a long rest, guys. Like,
Yes.
come on.
We've been
Nah.
fighting is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I have
So long
one
rest.
spell,
I also have like 1 or 2 spells.
no rages.
Yeah, I blew through a lot of my spells.
I mean, we're going down the road. How bad could it be?
I got my key back. Oh my God.
Anything on a short rest?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh
I
my god! Oh my
accidentally
god!
set my health to 9,000.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as you do.
No more dice.
Well, Beck, I think that's over double your maximum. So
Yeah, I die.
he explodes. You hate to see it.
I don't get those back. And you're still in an autumn mood, right?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I can't change that except on long rests. But I also don't know that this is enough to do winter.
Um,
It's a good thing the kids moved on. Sad, but it's a good thing.
you see Inigo go to take a swig of his coffee, and then like he stops and just looks at it. It's like, fuck, not again.
Alrighty. I'll just say that for the time being, those two guys are still just sitting over there, having their drink, having their little conversation with each other. If you want to leave, you may do so.
But if I don't wanna?
All right, time for another drink.
Then you may stay.
Oh yeah.
All right, but you're getting to the Vishtani village on your own. See ya.
You have to say, I didn't realize it at the time, but that man definitely sold us bottles of Red Dragon Crush the first time we went to his store.
Did he?
Yeah,
Yeah, me
I
and Beck
got
both
De La
bought some.
Stomp from him.
I got
From
one champagne de
the
la Stomp and 2 Red Dragon Crush.
from the mercantile?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I fucking goofed. Yeah, he had it. He didn't have a lot.
I don't think Neo was there. So even if the man was lying, well, Inigo would know.
Yeah, I was confused as to why Dylan was like, "Oh, like this is like rare stuff," or what. I'm like, didn't he have some the other day?
I must
Yeah, we
I
bought his
must have
last
forgot
bottles. They
that.
were real dusty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm remembering that now. It's my bad.
I
I did a
remember.
To be
goof.
fair, that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Also,
I
to be
will.
fair, it's your fault that it was 2 months ago.
Well, even if we had a session exactly every other week like we're supposed to, between the first session and now, it still would have been at least a month.
Yeah, that was session 1.
Actually,
Not
no,
session 0, but session 1.
it would be 2 months because if it's every other week, there's only 4 weeks in a month. So every 2 weeks of a month we would be meeting. It's probably been longer than 2 months now that I think about it, because I've only missed one of these. I canceled this once, but then we met the week after instead of doing 2 weeks. And whatever. It's besides the point. I fucked up. Sorry. You know what? I'll
You're
say.
good, man.
Yeah. Minor retcon. It's not Champagne de la Stomp or Red
Just
Dragon
fucked.
Crush. It's just another varietal of purple grape mash. It's just a rarer varietal of purple
Oh
grape
no, you
mash.
can say that it is, but if anybody else were to like, anybody who knows where to try and drink it, they would immediately tell that it's like a knockoff or something.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, he probably would have tried to scam. Yeah, all right, whatever. It works. Alrighty. But so yeah, y'all are heading to the Vishtani camp.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you walk out of the bar. You don't seem to get stopped or anything by those two guys, but they do stop talking as you get up and leave, and just kind of like stare you down the whole way out.
Wait,
I don't
these guys have
even
been
look at
staring
them.
at us. Did I notice, or did only Kai
Kai,
notice?
Kai noticed, but then he said something. Well, Inigo noticed too, because he's got fucking crazy
I
high
mean,
passive perception.
Did
I
it
have a
tell anything
19
to me?
passive.
Well, yeah, you would have noticed too. You said, did they do anything to you?
Did it tell anything to me?
No, Kai just would have said that
Well,
it
Kai
seems
said
like those
this
guys
will
are
be bad.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, he said this could be trouble. That was all that was said.
I will stop by them. I'll stare at them as we're
Oh,
leaving.
you just stand there and stare at them.
I don't like it when people stare at me. What's wrong with you?
Haven't seen your kind around here before.
What is this, some kind of circus to you?
I don't know, is it? Do you do any tricks?
Yeah. Wanna see one?
Neo, I put my hand on his shoulder.
I want to see a trick.
Let's go.
What? No, I'd be absolutely delighted to see a trick.
Too.
I can make something disappear very quickly.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going. See ya. It's your grave. I walk out the door. I start
Inigo,
making my
but he's done
way.
no trick.
I start making my way down the street towards the village.
Take it away. All right. What are you are you gonna make something disappear?
No, first I'm just want to intimidate them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. You're pretty intimidating. You're saying some intimidating stuff. Go ahead. Roll intimidation.
Intimidation. Wee. 24.
The guy who's speaking to you, he doesn't seem as afeared, but his partner kind of like the sense of confidence that he had from his friend shit talking you has all but completely disappeared. And then upon him seeing that it would probably be just him versus you in any sort of conflict, he immediately like balks and is just like, although it seems like you're on your way somewhere, so I don't want to hold you up.
Good man.
Well, I want to see a trick though.
I look to it and just go. I'll show it to you later, yeah?
Okay.
Then we'll leave.
Nigo's probably about here. By
So
the
Alright.
time you get out the door.
He's just
How
gone.
far away is the Vishtani thing?
So
day's
I will
walk.
show you.
About half day's walk.
You are.
Don't forget to bring fucking cheese legs.
You guys. Yeah, cheese legs would have just kind of like followed outside. Let me move you over. You'd be around there. Yeah, you're essentially going over here.
Gotcha.
I mean,
But
that's
the
a straight
road-
line.
We just go through,
Yeah.
cut through the woods. No
I
problem.
mean, you could cut through the woods, but you know,
0.5 miles. That's not
taking
awful.
the road, in your experience since you've been here, tends to be the safer bet. Even at night when things can get hinky, being on the road is always better than just going through the woods. You've encountered quite a number of beasties in the woods at night and even during the day.
I mean, walking
Sounds
through woods
good.
is just as fast as walking on the road.
Maybe for you. Not for everyone. I mean, if I sprint through the woods, it'll be as fast. But if I walk, it won't be. Mobile's weird like that.
I can
Oh
walk through the
yeah.
briar patches without even being bothered.
Right, rangers have a thing where like there's no penalties to their movement speed in terms of
As long
traveling.
as it's non-magical.
Yeah.
And then I can just, if I dash, I don't take penalties to my movement speed, but that's only if I'm dashing.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, it's non-transferable.
It's like how if you're running fast enough, you can run on water. If you run fast enough, you can run on top of the bushes.
But the thorns still hurt you.
Yeah. Because you're stepping on it.
Yeah, that's basically the only difference between mobile and landstride. Well, I guess you don't have to use your dash, so you can still do the other stuff. What is it? Scout rogues
Reveal
have a
everything,
cool
Kenku.
one that transfers, I think.
Wait, are you not able to see the whole map as it is?
I can see. No, I say that because I just saw the old Svalich road appear.
Oh. Yeah. I'm doing the Am I putting these on token layer? Oh my god, what just happened?
God damn it, Kenku.
You're playing with fire if you're putting them on token layer.
Yeah, let me not do that.
We are
Farmers. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, Tom, really?
class features. Here we go.
But yeah, the road leads out, and I believe you were told by someone when you had asked for directions, though I'm pretty sure Inigo and Neo would be familiar as well, that once you get to the crossroads down over yonder, that you
I
would
could have done
hang
it.
right instead of to the left.
Could have talked to the kitty. You get one casting of each for free. Didn't know that.
Ah,
Oh no, you only get the one for free. You can't
Alright, let's
cast it with
get
a spell
moving.
slot.
Kenku, on the
Oh,
way
you can.
out,
You can, yeah.
I'm gonna stop by like some wood cutter or whatever. Just get a couple of good pieces of wood, just to work on with the wood carver thing. We
okay.
don't need to go through it. Just telling you, it's like
Yeah. I'll just say that the
random stuff.
guy just kind of like points towards some wood that he's got over, and he's just like, "It won't burn. Take it."
It's for carving. Thank you. And
Alrighty.
I'll be making something on the way there.
Ooh.
I want to keep an eye out for if there's any berries when we're walking through the areas near the trees.
You begin to sort of create like a rudimentary shape of whatever it is that you're attempting to make, but it's not quite as detailed as you want it to be yet.
Doesn't have to be too detailed. So it'll be done later, as we reach the end of the thing. It's very simple.
Okay. You said you're looking for berries. Just make me like a survival check or something.
Just so you know, most berries here are poisonous.
Okay. Yeah, you see some berries off the side of the road almost immediately. You see a patch of a bunch of uh, very pretty purple flowers with sort of like a yellow, almost like a star shape in the center of them, with these little black berries hanging from them.
Would I know if these are the poisonous or not?
Yeah, it's Nightshade.
Or would I think I
It's
know anyway?
Nightshade. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're Nightshade, but you don't you don't immediately see any edible berries as you're going along.
Wait, I could eat Nightshade.
I'll take a few of them. Wait, is Nightshade poison like toxic to touch? Or is it just if you eat it?
I believe it's an ingested one.
Yeah, do not touch them.
Yeah, I'll take a handful and start chewing on them.
It's interesting. There are types of nightshade within the family that are not poisonous and that you could eat their leaves freely. Some places in the eastern United States they do. It's kind of like an old like Adirondack slash Appalachian thing.
I'll
They're sweet. They have a sweet, savory flavor with a musky, subtle, sweet herbal undertones, and reminiscent of a combination of blueberries, tomatoes, and peppers. Except they're poisonous.
take my extra set of traveler's clothes and grab some with that and like kind of wrap them up in there and put them in the bag.
Okay. Also known as belladonna.
Never get immune to poison. This shit's good.
Yeah, and he goes just fucking popping them like it's nothing. As you continue down the path, you eventually arrive at the Iveless River and a bridge going over it. A nice, pretty beautiful, like stonework bridge with these sort of like gothic motifs carved into the side of it. You see an individual standing on the bridge fishing. Just casting his line.
Catching anything?
No, not as of yet. Nothing's been biting. Around this time of year, you have to switch up your bait. But I don't have what I need.
I feel something
What do
fishy
you
about
mean?
this guy. No pun intended. I did not mean. I just got a bad gut feeling about this guy.
What is it that you need, old man?
Yeah, what does it even mean?
Oh, around this time of year, bread balls work better instead of night crawlers, but I only have night crawlers.
Well, I don't have any of those.
I'm
Huh?
afraid I don't either.
It's fine. I'll keep trying. See if I can get something.
Is this Strahd in disguise? I want to make an insight check.
He's
Okay.
standing over running water.
He's standing. That's a good point. He would be. But he's
Yeah,
also
vampires.
powerful, so who knows? I'll insight check him anyways.
Vampires can't cross running water. Excuse me.
Well, they can't
Okay.
stand in it.
Must be the reason for the bridge. Hold on. Seems like a fisherman.
Alright.
He's got the gear. He's got like a little pail, with a bunch of like recently taken sort of like sod or what have you, with a bunch of worms poking their heads out of it. And
Is he Vishtani?
he is not Vishtani.
Okay.
He's not a fish, Tony.
Is he fish, Tony?
The fishy man is not a fish Tony.
But is his name Tony?
Ooh.
You don't know. Um, he'll just kind of like look towards you as you're like crossing the bridge. And are you folk heading to Valaki?
Eventually. Not right now.
I would be careful. I heard that there's plants attacking people.
Plants.
Yeah, we had that
Yes.
happen to Barovia just the other day.
Oh.
I'm gonna give this man a ration. I'll give him 2.
Okay. He takes it and oh, thank you. This will keep me fed for the next 2 days, which means I might have a chance to use some of my pay to buy bread, and then I can catch more fish.
Yeah, and then you can eat the fish
Yes,
or sell it. I don't know.
depends on how big the fish is. Oh, good day to you.
I want to try to make it
I
really obvious I'm eating berries, see if he asks.
He. Mm, Even though you're being obvious about it, he just doesn't seem to notice it. He baits his hook again and
Okay,
casts it back down into the river.
okay. Because if he asked, I would have given him one.
Yeah, would you?
Yeah.
Awful.
Like, who am I?
Alrighty.
Who am I to deny an old man his berries?
I know what those berries are.
You can continue to make your progress going along.
No chance there's like edible berries now that we're actually near trees.
As you get closer to trees, you find. I'm trying to think what would be.
Blackberries grow everywhere. Is my thought.
Yeah, there is blackberries. Yeah,
You can get phones on trees here?
get the fuck out of here.
Look back. If a light pole could grow into a tree,
Yeah, but that was only in a very specific instance, okay?
it's
You
only at the very beginning.
actually, instead of blackberries, you find a patch of elderberries.
Are
All right,
elderberries
this is gonna be a dumb
poisonous?
question. Are they
Remember the
edible or are
They
they poisonous, Dylan?
elderberries are edible. You can make wine out of it. They have a tart, tangy taste when raw, so they're best enjoyed cooked. They're loaded with vitamin C and B6.
I'm gonna take them.
Bean's like, are you just
Gonna,
throwing more poison berries at me?
The rest of the
all I will
plant is
do is make.
toxic and should not be eaten.
No,
Okay.
but the berries
Oh,
are
Dylan,
edible.
Dylan, I'll go. I'll let you know. I just wanna. I'm trying to make the jam that's in the Feywild thing, but like with any
Oh,
berry.
okay.
Just I'm trying to make her make like if I can find the stuff, I'm going to try to have her make the simple Feywild thing
Okay. Well, for the time
because
being, you
Feywild.
have found the elderberries, but you're
Yeah,
in more of an
elderberries will
environment
work.
where you would find blackberries, so maybe further along you might find some. You're not sure.
Oh no, like this is fine. Like any berries works. Well,
Oh,
any
okay.
edible berries. I mean, I'm just letting you know on why I'm doing this.
Alrighty.
One
Eventually,
bunch of elderberries.
you find yourself at a crossroads. The road splitting to the right and to the left, you knowing that your destination be to the right. However, off on the left-hand side of the road, you would spot a structure of sorts. An old wooden gallows creaks in the chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite the gallows points off in 3 directions. Barovia Village to the east, Surpool to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest.
Do I have I seen this gallows used before?
A number of years ago, when you had ridden to the village, you would have seen it, and you do remember that it had been adorned with a number of bodies.
Must have fallen out of use. Used to have a few hangings here back in the day.
Uh, The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall crumbling in places partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog. Jesus, can't speak tonight. Words are awful. Alrighty.
Hate words.
Fucking is hard.
So I'm assuming you take the path to the right.
I don't know my way around. I'm following two that know what's going on.
Yeah,
And you go and yeah, you'd know a bit to the right. Okay. So as you head that way, taking the right path, you you hear a much louder creaking noise behind you coming from the gallows.
I look.
Ah, where there was nothing before, now hangs a lifeless gray body. The breeze turns the hanged figure slowly so that it can fix its dead eyes upon you. The figure is you.
Okay, this is important. Which me?
The current
That's
you.
gray, so I couldn't tell.
The current you, but yeah, it's gray in the sense of like dead.
Okay. That's not what. No, I'm here.
I turn to look at what she's looking at because now that I hear her starting rambling about something that makes even less sense than normal.
You turn around, and there is nothing there but the gallows, the rope swaying in the breeze.
Still there for me.
Yes.
Seeing things.
Why am I on the gallows? I'm over here.
There's nothing there, Elena.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
rest of you would
go
not
up.
see this.
I'm gonna go up and inspect myself.
No, that's a good thing to do.
She's probably seeing something. It might be a monster that is trying to lure her in for a free attack, so let's just go help her out.
There are those around, you're right.
Probably. This
Like
is a
without.
cursed land. You never know.
I mean, I'm not gonna touch it because I'm not dumb, but I am going to like
as
try to do a visual
you
look
doing
it
an
over.
ocular pat down.
Yeah, ocular pat down.
So as you
Uh,
approach the gallows, you do see that there's like stairs on the right hand side that lead up to the actual area where they have people stand before they're then dropped. Are you climbing all the way up, or are you just looking from down below?
Yeah, I'll climb up onto the platform.
can I say
Okay,
something real quick?
yeah, sure.
There's there's a thing that I'm very I don't know how to feel about it when I'm GMing or when I'm playing because playing as a paladin it just tells me like dude use divine sense at all times right so you can pinpoint when shit's happening or where shit's happening but part of me is just saying maybe let it run and see what happens
Let the
so we find
monster
out
cook.
Let the monster cook.
That's my main problem with playing things like paladins and things with like senses and whatever else. I because she said that there was something. I will use divine sense to see if there is anything once I get within 60 feet. Which maybe it's not quite yet,
I
Kenku.
don't
If
think
there's something that
you'll.
you wanna
Even
run.
if there is something, since you can't see it, you probably won't sense it.
Yeah, probably. But she saw something, so maybe it is like hiding or something. And I don't know. That's why I'm using it.
We'll see.
Um, as you begin to walk up the stairs, about halfway through, one of the steps just gives out from under you, and you fall through. Uh, this isn't going to be a lot. You take 2 damage.
A lot of damage.
Oh, gee. Comes out of my temp HP.
As you sort of like look down at the broken board and everything and like pull yourself out and like readjust to begin climbing. You look up again and there is no longer a corpse hanging there.
So is there still? I'm gonna go up to that rope, the rope that I saw my corpse on,
Okay.
or like that spot of the thing.
Very well. You
I'm
get
gonna
up
like.
onto the gallows and you feel like in the different spots where the nooses are hanging from, there's like a little bit of give because that's like where the trap door is and the wood's kind of old and near rotted through. But you don't feel as if you're going to fall again. And yeah, you get up to the noose.
Yeah, I'm going to just like, you know how they do like for magic tricks where they just like run their hand through the air to see if there's the wires or whatever, but
Mhm.
basically like seeing if there's still a body there that's just like invisible or something. Just like see if there's
Got
something there
you.
I can't see.
Yeah, you do that and you don't feel anything.
Guessing the thing you saw is gone?
Yeah,
I'm gonna do a quick scan of our surroundings to see if there's anything in the bushes waiting
I
to
mean the thing
pounce.
I saw was me. I was dead.
Yeah, but it might be something that was luring you out here. I want to look around, see if there's anything lying and hiding,
Okay. Perception check.
or at least something that was lying and hiding.
Okay. As you look around, besides the gallows and the graveyard across the way, and you start sort of like looking around, you don't see any indication of anything hiding, visible or otherwise. You don't see like any depressions in the ground or anything like that. It's just a quiet, empty well, not quiet, but an empty crossroads with the continued creak and sway of the nooses from the gallows.
Hmm. Maybe the depressing atmosphere is getting to you, Elena? Because this is very different from the Feywild to you.
I mean, it's not depressing. It's gloomy.
I mean, to me, those
I
kind of
wouldn't say depressing.
I'd equate those words personally, but okay.
No, I mean it was no, there was something there. But anyway, it's gone now.
Maybe that's for the best.
I'll watch the gallows
Maybe.
until she catches up to the group, and then I'll start. I'll turn around and walk back in the direction we're going.
Okay.
Yeah, I catch back up with them.
Mhm. All right, sorry. Just responding to a text. So you said you're basically just kind of like looking back, but you're continuing on.
Yeah, I'll watch as she returns to the group just to make sure there isn't anything that leaps out as she has her back turned. But once she returns with us, I'll
Oh,
continue with the
yeah,
group.
no, nothing comes up. Okay.
Alrighty.
Eventually, just as night is about to fall, you make your way to the Serpul encampment. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. Jesus Christ, my fucking words. There's a small clearing here, next to a river that widens to form a small lake, several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. I will move to map.
I will immediately begin looking for
So dark.
Stenimeir.
Oh, Stenimeir.
Yeah, I'd be looking for the man that sent us here too.
Need to reveal.
That's-
Not permanent darkness. Reveal all. Fucking reveal. Revelio.
I don't think that'll work.
Oh,
That's a vision thing.
Yeah, it's vision.
I guess we're doing explorable darkness then.
I can't move my token. I place it down. I think I placed it in a wall.
Where
I
did
don't know where you placed yourself. I placed myself in the middle of camp.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
you're
yeah,
like
he's there.
There we go. Now I can move.
You guys would
We came in from the south,
be.
right?
Yep. Yeah, you'd be coming in from right over here.
It's like that awkward shuffle at a door.
Everyone's trying to find their way around each other.
I put myself
Oh, you
inside
push
the thing.
yourself inside of a thing. Uh-oh.
Help. Help.
You
Where
should
am
be
I?
able to.
Alright, there we go.
Yep. Yeah, you'd be. Oh, jeez. Sorry.
Some really dense forest here. You can't even go into the trees.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm noticing that. I don't know why that's a thing. Why are there
Why
all
is there
these
all these
Kais over
Kai?
here? Go away. Stop. Stop putting more. You have your token right over here. I know you can control it. Don't fuck with me. Why would you put him over there? What's your shit? Fucking kill you. Alrighty. You'd see if you like sort of approach the area, one of these Vishtani will sort of like drunkenly stumble away from the fire, wine bottle in hand, and like kind of look over in the direction of you four and just, oh, you come to join the party.
Sort of. I'm looking for Stenimeir.
Stenimeir. No, he's not with this camp. He'll have made his way back to Valaki by now.
Son of a bitch.
Come to the fire. You know, kind of
might
I
as
don't
well.
remember what happened last time we did that.
They all seem in relatively good spirits. They're all either dancing around the fire. You know, one of these two over here. You got one guy playing an accordion, and the other one picks up a violin and sort of like joins in, and it's a very jaunty and jovial tune.
Do I know which band of Vishtani this is?
You know that this group's leader. So in general, like the whole group sort of like breaks up into little subgroups. Stanimeir's is the one that usually leaves Ravenloft. Well, Ravenloft. Barovia a lot. This group here, their leader is Madame Eva, and the sort of like main camp outside of Valaki, their leader is Aragal, I believe is his name.
Aragorn?
Which one would my
No.
mother have came from?
Technically the Valaki one, but you know that like Madame Eva's group has always seemed to be like the more friendly one, and she, uh, not publicly anyway, has always kind of been against the whole going out and luring new people back to this fucking hellscape. So yeah,
Oh, it'll be nice to see Madam. What's her name again? Fuck.
Ava.
Madam Ava again. It's been a while. At least I imagine he's met her at least a couple times.
Uh, yeah, you would have met her at least once. Yeah, when you say her name, one of them that's kind of like drinking instead of dancing nearby. If you wish to speak to Madame Eva, she is in her tent over there. She points over in that direction.
I'll just. I know Vishtani doesn't have a language, but I'll just say because I imagine like they have slang, so I'll just say whatever slang is for thanks.
Sure. Fucking Romani people, they speak something, right?
Isn't it called Romani?
Yeah, it is. It is called Romani. It's not like a written language though. It's like a passed down one. But sure, yeah, you say the equivalent of what you were attempting to say.
That tent there is where we gotta deliver that thing. Well, you gotta deliver it. I didn't take the job. You did.
Yeah, I don't see any. Well, actually, I better ask someone.
I mean,
The guy who let us in, is he still by us, right?
Yeah, he's just kind of chugging a bottle of wine.
I'll get close to him and say, I need to talk to someone named Esmeralda.
Esmeralda. Esmeralda. He just kind of like starts scratching his head for a second, and then he takes another big swig from his wine bottle. Oh yes, Esmeralda. Um, I'm afraid to say that she left camp a number of nights ago. She headed in the direction of Velaki.
did she leave about the same time that Stenimeir left?
No, no. Stenimeir. You guys, I think, have been here a total of like what, a day or 2 days? 2 days,
Less
yeah.
than 2 days.
Yeah. Stenimeir left here about 2 days ago. She left closer to a 10-day ago. There was this man, crazy guy, fancies himself a monster hunter. I think his name was Rictavio, but he told everybody to call him Ricky.
I was waiting.
Right.
Apparently, she wished to become his apprentice. Something about the devil and putting a stop to his madness. But children are willful like that. She'll learn her lesson soon enough and come back to the camp. And he'll like turn towards like whichever Neo and Inigo and like offer you the half drunk bottle of wine.
I got my own drink. I take out my coffee.
I'll take a
Swig
share.
for it, which should be fine now.
It's good. Oh, you say you take a swig?
It would have been real
Yeah.
funny if you rolled another one.
All
I'd
right,
be
it
so sad.
is. It's wine. It's definitely more on a vinegary side. You think this to be that purple grape mash that they were talking about, that the mercantile was talking about. But you do feel the the immediate well, not in the sense of like you're drunk, but the immediate effects of alcohol. You feel the burn and just that slight little bit of buzz. So
Yeah, it's pretty
kind of
okay.
happens. Oh, come on, drink, dance, share the fire.
I'd rather.
It's gonna be a long night.
I'd like to speak to Lady Marie. Fuck, what was it?
Just
Madam
to be the
Ava.
manager.
Ava. My mind was crossing Esmeralda and Ava together, so that's why I'm confused. Madam Ava.
Actually, if I remember the book lore right, Esmeralda may be Ava's daughter. I could be wrong about that though. I'll have to check later.
So they down to get dirty, gotcha.
What the fuck?
I'll just make my way over to her tent.
Yeah, I'd
Alrighty.
be following my best friend Inigo.
I also follow.
I'll stick around here. I'll have fun with the Vishtani.
Alrighty. Yeah, the door opens. Give me a second here. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table, as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Fucking awful at that. She'll then turn to each of you, first looking towards Inigo. Inigo of House von Schrödinger. It has been quite some time.
Yes, I believe I came to see you maybe about a year, maybe a few months before I left.
Yes. And she, like, as if she's peering into her crystal ball as she speaks to you. It seems that you've made a name for yourself as an investigator in Waterdeep, no?
Well, I just took the skills I learned under my father's employ and bided my time to get stronger before I come home.
Is this the daughter or the mother that
Mother.
you're
This
talking
is the
about?
mother.
If it is the
Mm.
mother, we don't know.
If it is the
If
mother,
it is the
that's
mother, yeah.
yeah.
You
I'm
are
unsure
not
about
the
that.
mother.
She'll then look towards Elena and and Elena. So it must feel very strange for you to be out of your environs. This place, the Feywild, it is not.
No, but I mean, I've been out of my environs for a while.
That you have. It seems that you've
Longer
made.
than I was there, actually.
It
Yeah,
seems that you have made quite a home for yourself in that little cave.
yeah, and I got really good friends.
It does seem as though you find yourself in good companionship. And then she'll finally turn towards Kai and Chimeros. It must be liberating for you to not be in a jail for once.
How do you know me?
I know all that come to my camp. I know all that enter the lands of Barovia. The crystal tells me.
Oh
She
God.
looks towards it once more,
She's a
and
bartender. She knows things.
she's a bartender. She knows things. You know, Inigo, Madame Ava is renowned as a powerful medium.
Uh, he kind of just like, I hope he didn't see everything. Kind of just like tucks his like legs together.
She kind of like chuckles a little bit, and some things I wish I hadn't, but you're here now, and that's what's important. The crystal tells me that there is one more with you, a
He's
Neodot.
he's out enjoying the revelry as much as
Yeah,
Neodon
he's
can.
he's taking part in the festivities.
I see, I
What's the
see.
occasion?
There are very few genuine reasons to celebrate here in Barovia. So we celebrate sometimes even the smallest of things. In this particular instance, one of the couples has had a child.
In the larger groups in Vishtani, it's rare for them to not have a night of revelry.
This is true. For every new life must be celebrated, just as every life, no matter their end, must too be celebrated. For that is the way of the world and the way of things.
To celebrate.
But of course, for what is life if not one big celebration? She warmly smiles. So, you have come here for a reason. I believe I know what that reason is. But tell me, I don't wish to spoil everything.
Well, Neodon needed to drop something off with Esmeralda, but she's not here. And this is we're coming here to look for Stenimeir to ask him why he brought us here.
Well, you, dear, you should know better than anyone why you've been brought here.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready for it, but the rest of my companions mainly.
The devil has grown tired and bored. He plans great things, and the nobles have been in his ear as of late. It seems that he has finally perhaps found a way to break the grasp the dark powers have over him in this land. And while that sounds like it might be positive for him, sadly it is not for the rest of the world. For I fear, should the armies of darkness that he has built in these lands were to make it to your new home, all will suffer.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
But Stanimeir, you seek him. I believe you've already been told, but he has made his way to the camp in Valaki.
Vlaki is also
What's
where
further's that?
Vlaki's the area that my father presided over, right?
Yes,
Yep.
that city is under
The
the rule
Schrodinger.
of House von Schrödinger. Well, that's kind of redundant saying House von. Well, no, it is House von Schrödinger because von is of or of. Yeah, it's like de la or yeah.
what do you know of von Schrodinger's business while I've been away? Has he tightened up security? Has he what sort of punishment did he face for the devil? Finding out that he imprisoned my mother. What kind of stuff like that?
Your father has fallen out of favor with the Count and has yet to find his way back into his good graces, though his fate is nowhere near as unkind as what happened to the Dursts, she says with a knowing look. Um, but as for what specifically the punishment was, even that I am unsure of. However, he has had to increase defenses in Valaki as of late. For these past few years, there has been an incursion from what can only be assumed to be one of the darker parts of the Feywild. A cult has formed, rallying to this winter splinter. Much of its
That would catch
movements
my
have
attention.
been. Yeah, I imagine it would.
Winter Splinter.
Much of its movements have been shrouded to me. Perhaps it has protection against my ability to see, but it has claimed the lives of my fellow Vishtani as well as some of those who call Valaki home.
Well, I look
I'm
at
supposed to talk to him.
I look at Elena. It's like, well, I guess probably a good idea to offer my father some aid in that regard, so you can talk to Winter Splinter.
Yeah, I got to talk to him.
Well, good luck with that. I do not know much about this creature other than the fervor it inspires in its fanatics. Although it seems that you've already witnessed but a taste of that yourselves.
Yeah, they attacked the place we were before.
Though I imagine you already knew that.
I had heard that there had been frequent attacks against Barovia. I was unsure if you had been present for them, but you're saying this has now confirmed. I do not know everything, my dear. Most of it can be guessed by, well, general things such as your demeanor and the way how you share glances with one another when I mention certain things. It makes the reading all too easy.
Kind of smirk at that. Like, yeah, I know she doesn't know everything, but it's fun to pretend she does.
Does your crystal ball say anything about the way to leave this place for us?
I mean, I've already told them, Madam Eva,
I
but
mean, yeah, you told us, but I can hear it from another person.
yep, yep. They need another source to verify the information I've provided.
Very well. Well, as you've been told, and I fear that it is the truth, the only way that you are leaving this place is if the Count himself gives you the blessing to do so, or somehow you find the means to put an end to him. But that is a great feat, and it would free us all from his tyranny. We would be eternally grateful. No.
Saved our lives. We are eternally grateful.
So, since you are here, perhaps you would like me to give you a reading.
I mean, I could use a good book, yeah.
Not exactly that. I mean,
I would
like,
love a reading.
guessing our not guessing, foretelling our future based on different possibilities and fates and whatnot. It's really weird and complicated, but usually is correct within a degree of error.
This is true.
Okay. I mean, I guess that works too.
Well, if you would like your fortune read, then please gather around. And she will produce a deck of cards. You know these cards, Inigo, to be Taroka, which is what they call tarot here for one reason or another. And give me a second because I have to make sure that I do this right because there's a way to actually do this. And I do have the physical deck, and I think I'm going to be cheeky and draw your fortunes. So give
There's also
me
a
a
deck of
moment.
cards in game in your macros.
Yeah, but Bean, I got the physical one, and that would be so much more fun. I got it right over here. I'm just going to give him a little shuffle, all right? Just a little shuffle.
This man better turn on his webcam.
I'm not turning my webcam on. I don't have one.
Turn the webcam on.
He doesn't want to show
No,
us that he's not wearing pants.
that might be part of it.
Motherfucker. He's crisscross applesauce on his bed right now.
How the fuck? Yeah, I'm sitting crisscross applesauce. Don't do that shit to me. That's rude.
Tom's in your walls.
I am.
You might
Hold
not have a
on.
webcam that you know of in the room, but there's a webcam that Tom planted there.
That
Tom, turn on the
is
webcam.
concerning.
Oh?
Tom, turn on Dylan's webcam so we can see what cards he draws.
Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dun,
Hold
dun,
on.
dun, 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 dun.
Where the fuck is
Bam,
this?
bam, 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 bam.
Alright. Ba, 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 ba.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
There's the man in the wall.
Is me. I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls.
Can you please get out?
Don't do that. Sorry. I'm almost done. I'm almost prepared.
It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, I'm the problem, alright. Okay. And where's the other thing? Oh, okay. Sorry. Alrighty. So she draws 5 cards, and she places them all face down. One to the left, one up above, another to the right, and then one below, leaving space for the 5th one directly in the middle. She let's see. She looks towards the first card and points a bony finger at it, and she says, "This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand why you are truly here." And she will flip the card over. And that is... Oh, hold on. Where's that? That is the 9 of stars, which is...
Death.
Where's the 9 of stars? The
No, that's actually
Conjurer.
the void card. You lose everything.
It's the void card. The 9 of stars, Conjurer. I see a dead village, drowned by a river, ruled by one who has brought great evil into this world.
I mean, that could describe a lot of places here.
It could. Make me a history check to see if that sounds familiar to you.
+1, here we go!
Oh, yeah, it
I have
sounds like it could be.
inspiration, I think, from controlling Kai a while ago. I'll use it here for lore.
Okay.
For lore reasons, I'll use it.
You think to yourself, and
What a
the
wonderful world.
description of a dead village drowned by a river. There's only one. The name of said village is lost to you, but you know who calls it home. Someone who, in your honest opinion, is just as bad, if not worse, than Strahd himself.
Fuck.
It is the
What?
place that belongs to Baba Lysaga, an
Baba Lasagna.
ancient and powerful witch who Strahd regards as almost like an aunt or a second mother.
Oh, nice.
Madame Ava will continue with the reading. She'll point to the card all the way up at the top. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope that may guide you in your quest to leave this place. And she'll flip it over. That is the Master of Stars. Master of Stars. Oh, there we go. Wizard. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. She will then point at the third one. This card is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of the very sun itself, perhaps the only thing capable of dealing a devastating blow to the Count. And she flips that over. That is the One of Swords, the Avenger card. Ah, here it is. The treasure lies in a dragon's house, in hands once clean, but now corrupted.
I imagine there's not a lot of dragons in Barovia.
I'll give you advantage on this one. You can make another history check. Since name Neo's not inside for this.
Don't we
Oh,
have the thing? I know of a dragon.
you do, yeah, but you never entered Madame Ava's tent. You silly goose! You're out at the fire enjoying the revelries.
Hell yeah, this is good.
Yeah, unfortunately, you start to think, and you're like, yeah, there can't be many dragons. But then
And
you
there really
remember,
aren't any dragons.
you no, actually, you would think, and the only dragon that's
Frog
coming to
man.
your mind is the sigil of one of Shrad's other generals, the one that's currently in charge of Krezk, who I don't think I have a name for yet. Hold on, wait, no, I do. Let me. It's in here. It's in here. It's in here. Go quickly. Where is it? There it is. Come on, come on, come on. No, fuck, that's the wrong one. That's the one I drew the boar with the spear through it. Son of a bitch.
Going
Where did I
back
put
to
this fucking
Barovia.
paper? Oh, there's the other one. Hold on. Hold on.
Like while he's looking for that, what was the name of this camp?
It's the Sir Pool encampment.
Thank you.
So I told you the one. Oh, here it is. Okay. So your house von Schrödinger, the one in charge of the town of Barovia is von Eber. The one in charge of Keswick, who has the symbol of a dragon, is Zalant, which is spelt like so. How's Zalant? Believe I spelled that right. Should be spelled right. If it's not, I will correct it, but it's still pronounced the same way. Alrighty. But yeah, that's the only thing that comes to mind with that. Where was I? That was 1, 2, 3 of the cards were on the last two. She point at the fourth one, which is to the bottom.
Boy, I sure hope someone's writing this down.
I could write it down to send you guys later, but yeah, I do
Alright.
hope one of you is writing this down.
I wasn't.
Bam.
Unfortunate.
I'm writing some of it down. I don't have all of
This
it.
I'm
card.
writing down the stuff that I lean over to write down.
This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in your battle against darkness if you seek to escape these lands. And this one is the Beast card. Let's see. A werewolf holds a secret hatred for your enemy. Use his hatred to your advantage in the battles to come. And last but not least, she will point to the fifth card in the middle. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. His armies, numerable, This card will lead you to him, the place where you will meet for your final decisive battle. And that
I don't think we
is
need a card for that. It's pretty obvious where it is.
the artifact card. Let's see. He lurks in the darkness where the morning light once shone, a sacred place.
Wait, our final confrontation with the devil will be in the Temple of Lathander? In Barovia?
It is not for me to say. I merely interpret the cards.
I mean, she said it would lead us to him. That doesn't mean that that's where it would be.
Maybe there's some secret
I
passage
mean, it's just
from
how you lead it.
the basement of the Temple of Lathander into Castle Ravenloft, and I don't know.
Could be.
Or maybe that's where we start mining to build our own secret passage. It'll take us years, but we'll do it eventually.
I mean, I got time.
You do have time.
A good 300 years left.
Yeah, give or take. You're not quite sure how time moves here. I think it's probably the same. And with
You know
that,
for sure when he meets up with his mother.
money, mom, give it. With that, she will sort of take the cards, look over them once more, and well, that is all an old lady could do. Werewolves
Have
H. Strahd
to
exploit it.
reformat my
Yeah, those are my
to
notes.
reformat.
Sunken Village, Baba Lasagna.
I love Baba Lasagna. She's great.
And her
But
black cat, Garfield. Evil Garfield. Who isn't too different
she's
from normal Garfield.
except instead of Mondays, for some weird reason, he hates Wednesdays. If you say hump day around him, that's it.
He goes violent.
He goes violent. Damn, Bean out here with the fucking notes. Holy shit.
It's right below Thorn, sad, Rose, big sad.
Alright, here's my other notes.
Stenimeir old, Vishtani man bastard, Strahd bite with 36 millimeters, Periwinkle, the other general store guy. It's actually Periwinkle. You fool.
Who cares?
Well, I do have another question for you, if I can.
But of course.
Do you know anything about a old lady with a long nose putting eye things on cats?
Now
Ah.
that it's in my mind, does that remind me of Baba Lasagna?
So Baba Lasagna. God damn it, I hate this. Baba Lasagna is an ancient and powerful witch. The crooked nose thing? Yeah, she definitely had one of those. She
Had. I don't like the sound of that.
sorry, has one of those. Sorry. Um,
She has gone
Went
through a
the
lot of
Voldemort route.
surgical
a lot of
procedures.
cosmetic surgery. Um, you Would you ever have met her? No, you wouldn't have met her, but you would have like seen her once going to the castle. Um, she is like the quite literally like the picture of an old fucking crone. Which, oh yeah, also with the Madame Ava thing, I'm pretty sure she also kind of looks like crone-ish, but not as bad as Baba Lazag. Um, she, it could be, you're not sure, but Madame Ava will just go, that sounds like one of the coven at Old Bone Grinder. They used to
Bone
be
grinder.
disciples of Baba Lysaga until they had greater aspirations than to be under her watchful eye. But yes, Old Bone Grinder is a mill, a windmill, on the way to Valaki upon the hills. You'll see it shortly before the turnoff to Castle Ravenloft.
One other question.
Oh, thank you.
Little girl from town. 13, blue eyes, big hair. Um, like to wear purple. We think she left town and went this way. Does anyone mention that description come to mind?
There, there might have been. Hold on. Let us see. Let us see. Uh, um, there was a girl who matches this description. She had come through here. How long ago did I say that she had run away? Like 2 weeks ago, right?
About
I
that.
believe that's right.
About 2 weeks ago. She said that she was making her way to Valaki, and one of our people took her along the road. His name was Bluto Kargarov. It's Pluto with a B.
Oh, I literally wrote out blue toe.
It's like a villain from Popeye.
But he took her that way. I had had a feeling when I had saw her that she might have been a runaway. The fact that she made it this far, well, I had considered sending her home, but there shouldn't have been too much harm. He is a good man. Uh, he will take care of her, let her do whatever it is that she feels she needs to do in Valaki, and then return her home. Vishtani can understand for one so young to have that sort of twinkle in their eyes, that wanderlust, the need for an adventure. So I thought it prudent to send someone with her so as to keep her safe on that adventure.
I mean, if the little girl made it this far on her own, she might be capable of a bit more than we expect.
That, too, is also something that I had considered.
Whether it be luck or pure skill. Probably luck. Because a little girl like her, a nice tasty snack for any passing monster or creature.
and that there are many within these woods.
You finally find her, and like she's a fucking samurai that like can like she's just Jetstream Sam as a 13-year-old girl.
It's awful. It's also pretty funny. But if you have any other questions for me, feel free to ask.
How much would we need to give you for us to be able to stay somewhere here tonight?
You are free to stay. We don't have available tents, but if you have a
We have our
tent
own
of your
tent.
own,
It's fine.
or even bedrolls, you are welcome around our fire, and none of my people will impede you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, madam.
But of course, feel free to enjoy yourselves for the rest of the night. There will be food and drink aplenty. And I believe, and around that point, when you had arrived initially, there was that sort of like accordion violin thing going, and during the reading, the violin would have kind of like taken over and turned into more like of a little bit of like a sadder, I guess, somber sort of like tune. But it's definitely begun to pick up now, and they're hitting that thing like it's a fucking fiddle.
It's like on in the movie Titanic in the poor people's dining hall.
Yeah. There's a lot of like someone's like it sounds like someone's hitting a tambourine. There's like a little drum. The violin's going again, but more fiddle-esque, and the accordion's going along, and it's sort of reminiscent of I don't know if like oompa is like the right kind of term for it. Maybe more of like a Slavic like folk melody is probably the closest thing, but very very jovial and yeah. Because the fucking bot doesn't want to play YouTube videos anymore, so I couldn't get the specific kind of music I wanted.
Alright, I got my own music playing for it. But yeah, I'll leave the tent and start setting up our 4-person tent.
I'll
Wait.
stay outside.
4-person?
Yeah, we bought
I'll
a 4-person
just meditate
tent.
by the fire. Or trance by the fire, I mean.
Okay. Kai, you doing anything?
Trying to just sit at the fire and
Oh sure, I'll put up the tent all by myself, guys.
I'll help with the tent. I'll help set it up, but I'm not going to be in it.
is anyone singing or dancing?
Yeah, they're playing a bunch of music.
Everyone.
Can I
Everyone is singing and dancing.
let me see where can I pull out my drum and start going along with it?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, that's the easiest to join in with.
Yeah, make a performance.
It's not like you're gonna be asking a bunch of random dudes, tell them the key, and then they're gonna whip out Johnny Be Good perfectly.
So yeah, you managed to join in quite literally perfectly and add to the sort of like thumping rhythm of this Slavic-esque folky sort of tune, and you got a lot of people that they're just kind of like like either if they weren't dancing and they were sitting around drinking, they're all just kind of like stamping their feet to the beat of the music, and those that aren't drinking are dancing like wildly around the fire, and you'd notice how like there's many different flashes of purples, oranges, yellows, reds, a lot of them wearing like jewelry. You notice like a good amount of like silver, some gold flashing in the firelight, a lot of like hoops and bangles and stuff, earrings. And overall, it's just it's a good pop in time.
Amazing.
Um, so I think, because I don't really have too much else planned. If anyone else doesn't want to do anything, I'm gonna call it there. I know we had a late start. I'm sorry for that.
Before bed, I'll do some
Don't worry
pond
about it.
skating. Just run across the water put on a show for the kids.
Okay.
Roll-
Yeah.
roll
There's a
into
number
the
of jobs.
speed run tent set up.
Yeah, you get that tent up, no problem.
I'm not even running on the water. I'm like going so fast that I'm able to like skate on it like it's ice.
Yeah, you managed to do that. I mean, you have the speed to do it. Freaky monk shit.
And before the trance, I'd probably like try to join in with Kai on flute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Neo, were you doing anything?
Well, besides just drinking,
Besides drinking, yeah.
yeah, what I was doing, and at some point I will approach Alina, and I'll hand her a little locket made of wood,
Ah,
because she was the one that got the most in, like, you know, with the kids. And inside of it will be the picture of the two of them for the
Oh,
memories.
did you make this?
Yes, not the picture though, only the locket.
Made the
Great.
picture out of wood too.
they perfectly carved the picture into a slab of wood. That'd be hilarious.
She'd immediately put the locket on.
Never know about this place. Maybe a memory at some point will be very strong.
Thank you. That's really nice.
Alright, that's all that I had planned. That's all I was doing.
Alrighty. And I'll say as the night sort of like gets into swing, it's a good time. Even if you don't actively participate, it's just a very nice and peaceful atmosphere. You feel, for the first time since you've been here, safe and warm, and you feel these people really breathe life into wherever it is that they are. And eventually the
Also,
party will die
find
down.
illusion to tell the kids some shadow
Yeah.
stories of the world outside Barovia.
It almost makes you forget that they are in fact the ones that brought you here.
Well, not these ones. These ones are
It
not
wasn't-
fun.
It's the same people. It's not
Right.
the same group though, but yeah. I do understand that. There would probably be a little bit of a bias.
You're probably also seeing Inigo smile for the first time, like properly smile for the first time in maybe ever.
Oh. I know what I'll do. Here we go. As the night dies down, and before you all head to bed, they would begin telling sort of like ghost stories, which is where with your illusions would come in. And I should be able to wrap this up in like 4 minutes. One of them will step over to the fire, and sort of like as some of the kids are gathered around. So, some of you know this tale, some of you do not, but I will tell it regardless. A mighty wizard came to this land over a year ago. I remember him like it was just yesterday. He stood exactly where you are standing. He points towards one of the kids, and they kind of like jump back a little bit, mouth agape. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the Devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt, and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, The wizard's peasant army fled in terror, but a few stood their ground, and those among them were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at each other. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. And as he's saying this, you begin to notice that, like, within the fire, there's literal depictions of all the things that he's saying, much kind of like how Stenimeir did during his presentation. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard. Yet by his magic, he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic couldn't save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search for his body, to see if he had anything of value. But the river Ivlis had already spirited him away. But remember, children, to stand against the devil, it is not a task easily taken, and that is why we must live life the way that we do. Look for the little things, the small happinesses, and to keep our heads down. And always remember, if you come across a dead body, see if they have anything useful on them. And he'll end his story there.
And give it a poke from far
That's
away
good
as well.
advice.
Make sure it's dead.
That
Just,
too.
just
That
chime
too.
in.
Make sure it's dead. Make sure it's not a trap. And then he'll just head back over with some of the other adults and go back to drinking.
I remember my mom telling me about those kinds of stories when she was young.
Tell you that story if the wizard only showed up a year ago.
I said those kinds of stories.
Yeah, those kinds of stories.
You can change the
You-
subject, but have the same moral of the story. Loot corpses.
So
Don't stand up to Strahd. Loot corpses.
I'll say
If
this.
someone gives you a drug,
Never
take
tell
them.
people your.
Because
My
drugs are
parents
very
just told me
expensive.
stories about not telling people your name.
That's because you grew up in the Feywild. If you tell someone your true name, you're fucked.
Too true. I will say as a part of that story, those of you there present for the reading, you wonder briefly if perhaps the wizard mentioned was the wizard mentioned in the reading.
I didn't need
I
the
definitely wrote
DM
the
to
story
tell me
under that.
that. I already was thinking that.
I already wrote it under that card.
Wait, what did you
Good.
say? I missed what you said,
That the
Kiki.
wizard from the story might be the wizard from the card reading. Sorry, jeez, guys. I don't think you're like stupid or anything. I just thought I would mention it. I don't know. Fuck.
He doesn't think we're stupid.
No.
He just thinks we're dumb.
I haven't played Strahd before. Is it like a famous wizard, or is it like a wizard specifically
Ah.
from the thing?
I'm not telling
actually.
you. It's not.
When you need to know, Mr. Weatherman.
And I know exactly who it is, and I'll never tell.
I know who
Is
it
it
is.
Gale?
No, it's not Gale.
Yeah.
Is
What?
it
How would
Elminster?
Gale
Yeah.
be in Cursive Strahd?
I know who it is.
Beck
Is it
it is,
Elminster?
but unfortunately he hasn't ate any magic items in a long time.
I mean, no.
Oh,
This
no.
Curse of Strahd would have taken place before Baldur's Gate 3. So it would have been
But
by
is
the time he
this
was still an
one-
Archmage.
Gale? I mean, it's not him.
Darn.
Grumby.
Actually, chicken pox.
Oh no.
Where is Grumbo now, Dylan?
Probably in the castle. You don't know.
Hmm.
He's around. But yeah, that's it. That's the session.